And we're back with another video from American Patriot. So, what's going on today in the world of politics? Let's talk about all the cages that are being rattled in Washington. You notice how in the cabinet that President Trump has chosen, there's a lot of people against everyone he's choosing. Oh, he's not qualified. This one ain't this one ain't that. Especially with the FBI director. That's a huge one right there with them. So let's see and let's dig into that. Why is it that that's such a big problem for them? Well, let's see. The individual that he is choosing for the cabinet to be the director of the FBI is not corrupt. He's not part of the establishment and the criminals in Washington. So what does that mean? That makes him a threat to the establishment, right? He can't be bought. He's not bought, so he's not corrupt. They're against every person that they don't want is someone that hasn't taken bribes or is part of that corruption like they are, right? So now this Schiff individual is like losing his mind. He doesn't want anybody involved. Now they're claiming that President Trump doesn't have the power to remove the FBI director. Why not? Why not? Why? Because they said they're going to release the Epstein list, because they're going to expose everything that these people have done to our people, to our nation, to our citizens. That's why. That's the only fear they have. There is no other, right? So now we're in the middle of this whole thing, right? And oh no, we don't want that one. Oh, we don't want this one. The only ones they want are the people that are corrupted just like them. And this is the part that they don't understand. We, the people of this country, are tired of corruption. We don't want you there anymore. We want you out of there. And not just fired, but prosecuted for the things that you have truly done. And the evidence is going to be there. It ain't going to be fabricated. It's going to be there. Notice how a lot of the stuff that's going on with the media, like for instance, they get ready and they start saying little comments real quick on the media because it's part of the show, part of the program. They say things like, oh, Trump's going to weaponize the DOJ and all that to come after the people that were running against him and things like that. Nope. That's what they're saying. Trump's going to come after the people that are criminals in Washington. And then when these charges get brought up, they're going to be genuine charges with proof behind them, with a story to tell, not like the one they did when they fabricated his crap, right? So everybody's running scared. Everybody's worried. Now, all of a sudden, everybody that was somebody, as soon as they got connected or anywheres around Trump, now they're no good no more, right? So this Zuckerberg guy, for example, let's talk about this guy for a minute. This individual is nothing but a plant and a very corrupt individual. That Facebook platform right there, I was part of that for a minute, and all they ever did was censor everything I had to say. I got out of that thing and I'll never go back to that. Absolutely not. Now this individual is talking about he wants to be a part of anything to do with Trump. Listen, nope. You had your chance. The government approached you and you chose to go down with these criminals and everything else, and the FBI and everybody else that was corrupt and shouldn't have did what they did to censor people and lie to America, right? And take people's truths away from there. Everything about the vaccines, everything about, the Biden laptop, all those things that they did and used you, Mr. Zuckerberg, to help them with their criminal enterprise. So no, you can't be trusted, and you're not. No, there's none of that. Oh, I'm sorry. None of that. You're a liar. And you know what? What's important to you is money. Your God is money. It's not your country. It's not your countrymen. You did everything you did over money. So you know what? Keep your money. but we don't want nothing to do with you. Stay away. Just stay away from us. You're nothing like us. You're nothing. You're never going to be a true American. And you had your opportunity, and we saw when your true colors came out. And believe me, it stunk to high heaven. You're nothing but a criminal, just like these other corrupt politicians. One of the big things that I'm starting to see now, and I've seen it a couple times already, is that the WEF, right, the World Economic Forum, now there's videos out there saying that they are putting a bounty on President Trump's head for $45 billion with a B as in boy, not million, billion. Now, you got these people, right, that have been the enemy of the world and the whole globe, the enemy of every human being that exists here on this planet. And still today, right, these people are still not arrested. So here we have the FBI, DOJ, this, that, the military, we got generals, we got all this stuff here in America, right? But people like this that are the true problem of our whole world and its existence, they still haven't been arrested. And they're still out there threatening. They're still out there telling us that they're going to take our stuff. They're still out there saying, oh, they're going to control the world. They're out there with all the bullshit that nobody wants to hear, but they're out there doing this. And still today, nothing's happened. Here's Bill Gates out there still. Now I guess he's putting vaccinations and everything else into animals. Pretty much what he's doing is contaminating our food supply. Nobody arrests the man. Nobody. And there's literally people asking questions online, and I see this on X, and I see the questions, and people say things like, do you think that it's okay for Bill Gates to continue doing this? No, it's not okay. Anybody with common sense knows that's not okay. How is it going to be okay to be poisoning the people's food supply? Is that even a question? So how far has this thing, how far is this going to go is the question. Now, these people, if this is a true statement, right, if it's already out there on social media, and it's already out there, there's some truth behind it at some point. But here they are, not arresting none of these people, as if all of them are on the same boat. My question to these corrupt people is, why? Why in the hell would anybody sane, keyword sane, not insane, sane, right, be okay with a handful of people enslaving you? Why would anybody in their right state of mind do something like that? Why would anyone sane want to be a slave to anybody or any kind of new world order or anything like that? Why would anyone want to be a part of that? Let me ask you this. So, Big Pharma, right? Now, we as a people have seen people that have invented things and cures and all this stuff, like the guy that got locked up right now over the apricot seed situation, right? That he claimed that can cure cancer and all that. Before you know it, he's in prison. Other people that have invented things, like the guy that invented the car that runs on water, all of a sudden he's gone. All his stuff is stolen and everything else. So basically, what we're saying here is, right, that agencies in our government bodies, right, are puppets and work for elitist globalist groups, as if, like, for instance, let's just say, like, okay, this is the problem with humanity right here in a nutshell. The problem with humanity is it's a simple one. Humanity doesn't learn from their past. They don't learn, right? So here you have, like, for instance, let's talk about the true Hitler, right? The true Hitler started with the propaganda, back and forth, telling people this, your life is going to be better. This is what you need to do. He started convincing all the Germans and all this that, there's going to be better schools for your kids. Everybody's even. Everybody's going to have equal opportunity. Everybody's going to do this, this, and that, and everything is going to be so beautiful, just like they're doing right now. Just like they're doing right now. Same shit, different time. So they're doing it again, right? So then after that, once he took control, right, the same people that listened to him, all of them became his slaves. All of them did. All the Germans, everybody out there that listened to this guy, right? So what did he do? What did the military do? The military right away started listening to him, flowing with his insanity, going with it, going with it, going with it. And before you know it, you have the military out there helping this asshole, right? One of the worst individuals that ever existed in our lifetimes, right? And the idiot ended up exterminating 6 million people, 6 million Jews. And the military right away helping them right away to kill other people right away. And the same thing is happening now here in America. Here we go. The elitists, the same people that actually were involved, like this guy Schwab, the one that's the real biggest problem that we have right now. But mind you, there are people much bigger than him behind the scenes. These are just the faces. The people behind the scenes, these old little wrinkled pedophile scumbags that are hiding behind the scenes, that are really the enemy of the world, those guys right there, our military knows exactly who they are. Our government knows exactly who they are. But because they're in bed with them, they don't do anything about it. So again, we're going to go through this whole thing again. And what are the people doing? Like in this country, they're allowing these idiots, right, to do the same thing that the Germans went through. Allow the Hitler to convince them of this, convince them of that. Not to mention that Schwab's father, was a decorated officer in Hitler's army. Soros used to work for him, for Hitler himself. The true enemies and the true Nazis of our world, right? So these guys, all they did after that era was they went underground, right? They kept quiet, they stood out of sight, and they waited for their appropriate time to show their heads all over again and do this all over again. So now, the same WEF and all these globalists, right? They want to kill and minimize the population. So now think about this. The same people that are out here, right, that are brainwashed big time, right, by these people, they're the same victims that the Germans were when they listened to Hitler, right? So here they are running around, parading around, causing mayhem in our country, listening to the propaganda, just like the people did in Hitler's time, right? Helping them out, this and this and that. And then Hitler did what he did. So now the thing is, the same idiots that are running around that don't seem to understand this, what's really going on in the world, and the true plan behind all this, because they got them wrapped up talking about politics and this and this and that, right? But this is a plan of a small group of people trying to enslave and take over the whole world as if they are more than you and me, as if they are invincible, as if they are gods on earth, right? But no, it's just an illusion, right? But anyway, so here they are, and you're helping them, right? So you're rolling with it. You're like listening to them. You're ready to start burning the country down. You're out here talking about the food, the this, the that, the climate, all the wrenches. They put all the wrenches out there, and most blind people are caught up in that whirlwind big time, right? So then at the end, let's just say, right? Let's play out the worst scenario. So the globalists take over, and then they're going to kill the majority of the population. And then if you're an individual that would say, listen to this guy, Look at their videos. They're telling you that they need to depopulate the earth. That means kill you. Even you on the left that doesn't seem to see this, and even some people on the right that are blind and can't see this. So you're actually aiding and abetting people that are ready to kill you, right? Now, you saw what happened with COVID. The COVID didn't discriminate left or right, and the vaccinations didn't discriminate left or right. But because they played you and you listened to them, you went and got shot up with that poison, and now you're in whatever situation you're in, right? And if not there yet, soon coming. Why? Because now it's too late. But here we go. So now they got you believing, and again, right? Oh, Trump's going to threaten the democracy. Trump's going to threaten. The only people threatening our democracy, not only in the United States or all around the world, are these damn globalists that are trying to kill everybody. The same globalists that set out a plan to lock down the whole country. The same globalists that, because of them, a lot of people lost their family members and grandmothers and grandfathers and stuff like that and couldn't even see them when they passed away because they bullshitted you and scared you to death. You want to be scared about something? Be scared about being assassinated by a bunch of worthless scumbag old dudes that are just useless. A bunch of satanical scumbags. You want to be fearful about something? Be fearful about that. Be fearful that the fact that these people, all they want to do is cause world wars everywhere just to make money from death. You want to find that? That's what you need to be scared of. That right there, that reality. Not this stupidity that they're telling you. So at the end of the day, what I just cannot understand why anyone in their right mind would flow with any of these lies or with anything to have to do with these people. And then you got people, listen, let me tell you something. This whole thing about everybody having the even Stevens and everybody has the same thing. Listen, if you want something, go out there and work for it. If you want to be a CEO of a company, go to college, get educated, get a business degree, move forward. Move in. Before you know it, 10, 12 years down the line, you're the CEO. But not everybody can have the same thing as everyone else. Because there are some people that want everything, but are not willing to do a damn thing to achieve that. Everybody wants a $300,000 a year job, but they didn't even finish high school because that's what they chose to do. Not because they're being oppressed or the white man, this and that. None of that bullshit. Because you yourself decided that you didn't feel that school was important to you. Most of the situations that are going on in the world are self-inflicted. And if people just stop looking for excuses and using excuses of why they can't get where they want to be, until they don't get rid of that crutch, they're never going to be what they want to be. In this country, people come from other countries without a dime. And nowadays they're writing books and they're millionaires and billionaires. And they had nothing. In the same country that you've been your whole life. And here you are complaining. So if it was possible for them, it could be possible for you too. You just need to wake up. Nothing in life is like that. That's not a reality. It's a fantasy. Communism. Communism has never brought anything good. Never. And it never will. Never will. But they, again, like I said, here they are with the old playbook. Back again with the same shit. And people are just soaking it all in right away. Because they got nothing better to do with their lives. You know? So, there's a lot of things going on in this real world here. And I pray to God that things don't go that way, and they got you pumped up believing that this Trump is just the worst thing in the world. Here's somebody, let me ask you this. Did you ever stop to think, right, that here's a guy that is already a billionaire, right? Didn't have to go through any of this, none of it. It's not for money because he didn't even take his pay as president. He already has money, so he doesn't need that. He was already a powerful individual, right? So he didn't need that. So then at some point, did you ever ask yourself why? Why is he doing it? Besides coming up with an ignorant, non-educated opinion? You know, he said it once and I never forget it. And he said, oh, they're not looking for me. They're coming after you. I'm just in the middle of it. I'm just in between them and you. And it's the truth. And it's the truth. You know how some of you out here literally had the audacity to be happy about him almost losing his life? Now, what does that tell me about you as an individual? That your hatred is so bad that you wish death on somebody because they told you to hate this individual. Because you ain't mature enough or grown up enough to make up your own opinions of things, or because you're not mature enough or grown up enough to be able to deal with real world issues in our world. You know, all these things that you guys just take for granted, you know, and I just don't understand, you know, why our government is just standing by. So when I see this now, not only have they attempted to take his life 2 times, but here now you got the people straight out, right? Pretty much saying that this is how much money I'm going to put out. So they're pretty much like a mafia. I'm going to put a hit on this man, and this is what I'm willing to pay. Right? This same people, these same globalists, are the reason why the world is corrupted and government bodies all over the world are corrupted, because they're constantly putting money out to buy people. You want to solve the corruption in our United States and around the world? Arrest all the globalists. And it's over. Hunger around the world is over. Feeding people fake medications that are killing them is over. Poisoning our food is over. Hits on our presidents are over. Buying politicians around the world is over. Everything that makes the world a better place to live and humanity a better people. That's the truth. But people are just too ignorant to understand something like that. It's too much for their mind. They can't register something this way. They can't see it for what it is. So here we are in the middle of it. We the people in the middle of this massive corruption in our world, all over the world and in our country. You know, all of this is to destroy your own home, and you're literally running around cheering it on. At some point, man, you really got to wake up out of this cloud that you're in, and this brainwashing thing that happened here. You need to understand. You need to understand the truth. Somehow, some way, you really need to get a grip on this. You really do. I'm hoping and I'm praying to God that this does not go down that way. I really don't. You know, I keep also thinking about most of corruption ain't too bright, you know, so they kind of tell on themselves. And when they do tell on themselves, I take it in and I just start putting the puzzle together right away. I still can't let go of the fact that they were practicing evacuations from D.C. That right there has told me that they are going to do something really bad to us as a people in the United States. And like the cowards that they are, they're going to run when they do it. This is what I'm hoping, that I'm wrong. But cowards always tell, and corrupt people always tell on themselves. I just, like I said, it will not be a good thing. It will not be a good thing. It will not be a good thing. You know, these people are real bad people. They're real bad. They're the worst that humanity has ever produced. They're the worst kind of people. And we as a humanity need to recognize this and understand what's really happening here. I can't emphasize it any stronger in my videos about this whole thing, because this is the problem. Has nothing to do with all the divisional devices that they use. None of that is true. But what I'm telling you is true. You know? So, you know, I just try so hard to make people understand this, you know? But even if I can reach 10 people that just start researching the things that I say and look them up themselves, then that's 10 more people that will not be brainwashed into believing the rhetoric and the insanity that's being put out there in our world. It's something to really think about. It really is. I just don't think that it is a good idea. You see, Putin already put it out there, and you heard him. You know, he says he can't believe what the government of the United States actually did, you know, to this man, you know, to President Trump. He said that not even gangsters in the street do that kind of shit. Like, in other words, he's comparing our government to a lesser people than even gangsters in the street for doing what they've done. And even now, he's warning and saying that the WEF is out here putting hits on our president. And you know what? I believe him. I believe the dude. I really do. Because he's always hated the globalist. Because he's always known the truth. He might be a lot of things. And I'm not going to say that the man is an innocent person or that he ain't a bad guy. But again, like I told you before in my past videos, we got a lot of bad people in our government. Maybe even worse than him. You know? But this guy's out there putting it out there. He's letting the people know. He's letting the world know who's going to be responsible. If they were to ever hurt this president, he's already letting you know who did it. And even then what? What happens? I don't even want to think about what's going to happen after that. I really don't. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be a really good idea. I don't think it's a good idea at all. I'm telling you, that will not be good. They've already tried twice. Everybody thinks that they're safe because they got money. I don't know about that. If they can literally come out here and threaten a United States president and we can't say what we want to say, you got to be kidding me right now, right? You got to be kidding me. We can say what we want to. If they can say things like that and they don't have the federal government or the military out there ripping these assholes out of their houses and bringing them here and putting them into a tribunal trial or whatever they have to do, then we can say what the hell we want to say too. Right? I'm just saying. It's not going to be a good thing. Not going to be a good idea. I guess they figure, oh, well, if we do something like that, the people will get in an uproar and there'll be a war and we'll just send in the military and the military will listen to us because they're going to kiss our ass and they're going to kill even their own people because they're brainless. That's what they're going to do, right? I'm talking to you, generals. Yeah. And this kind of thing, to go on in our world. Unbelievable, man. Just history repeating itself. Like I said, everything changes in life. The only thing that never changes is humans. We're constantly doing the same old bullshit. And then we wonder why we never evolved to anything bigger. We get to a certain point and then we kill ourselves and take ourselves down over the same mentalities, over the same game, over the same shit. It ain't no difference in 1940s and look at us now. Oh my God, you hear people out here all the time. Oh my God, we're in the, it's 2024. Yeah, and we're still the same idiots. Still doing the same shit. Still killing people, murdering people, raping people, greed, people being sold, people corrupted, shitbags, douchebags, same shit since the beginning of time. So what's the big deal about being 2024? It's the same old shit. It could be the year 3050 and still the same douchebags, same shit. People never learn. They just keep repeating the same thing over and over and over as if incapable of learning from their mistakes. And that, my friend, is what I call ignorance of the best. Top notch. Top notch. You'll always have those that'll speak truth and the fools that have no sense that follow like sheep to the slaughterhouse. This has been on and on. Same shit. Different players. Same game. Well, I hope I can reach out. I can reach some people, in my videos sometimes. And I know sometimes my realities might be a little too harsh to hear. But sometimes truth is a difficult thing to listen to because we all just want to stick our heads in the sand and act like once we stick our heads out of the sand, everything will be resolved, but it won't. I think our biggest survival technique as a human race is going to be to unite and not allow a few people to destroy us as a humanity. And our environment and our planet, our food supplies, our water, everything is being destroyed by these assholes. Everything, and we're just letting them do it. We are more responsible for it than they are. We are letting them do it. So, with this, God bless our country. God bless us all. God bless you, patriots. Keep an eye on the ball. Follow and subscribe. They help me out with my channel. And share my videos with your friends. I'm just another man out here looking to better our own existence and our own country. That's all I want, man. That's all I want. I just want things to be good for all of us as a human race. So, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you on the next video.